in the studio tonight.
And best looking.
Known as
Josh Crespo.
Now, what did you say? And best looking?
And best looking.
Okay.
And best looking.
The hottest fighter out of New Haven,
Definitely the best looking out of all of the ones around. Definitely. Trust me.
Hey, Josh.
Yeah.
We're excited to know that May 30th, you're stepping back into the ring.
Back in there. Yep.
Fight's going down right here in the local area of Danbury, Connecticut.
Danbury. Yep.
You're gonna be fighting on there's a new promotional company out here that I just recently heard of called Prize Promotions.
Yep.
You're gonna be fighting on Prize Promotions card.
Yes, I am.
Taking place in Danbury, May 30th.
Yep.
And you're gonna be going up against, who's gonna be your opponent?
I believe his name is Edgar Cortez.
Edgar Cortez.
Yes.
What do you know about your opponent as of right now?
What I know about my opponent is he's undefeated with a record of 1-0. He hasn't fought since 2013. He's a southpaw. But that's basically all I can really find on the guy. You know, it's not really much that I can work with. So, you know, when it's time to get ready for him, we got prepared for whatever surprises might come. So all the elements.
Absolutely. So he hasn't fought since 2013.
Hasn't.
Basically his pro debut. So he's currently 1-0. His pro debut took place in the Coliseo in Puerto Rico.
Yep.
And it's kind of interesting that he has not had a fight since then. So he's been inactive.
Yep.
Getting ready to step back into the ring up against Josh Crespo.
Another Crespo, but this time he picked the wrong Crespo to get in there with. I'm telling you right now.
You know, what I find interesting about this individual is that, you know, he hasn't fought in about 2 years. So what that tells me is he's coming hungry.
Hungry.
I mean, he's looking to claim the victory. What's your mindset stepping into the ring May 30th against Mr.
I've been in his position. I understand exactly where he could be coming from. After one of my fights, you know, I decided to take maybe a year off, or maybe a year and a little bit over that. And when I came back, I was hungry. I was more determined than ever before. I was focused, and I went out there and I put the hook on things. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, what's your record right now?
My record right now is 3-2-3.
Okay, 3-2-3. So I just want to talk about a couple of the fights that you recently had.
Oh boy.
All right. But let's start off with your pro debut. Like you said, you're 3-2. You have 3 draws.
Yep.
Okay. 2011, you went up against Frankie Carica.
Everybody was telling me not to do it.
That was your pro debut.
Yep.
The fight was declared a draw.
Yep.
Then 2011 as well, you went up against Nate the Great One Green.
Nate the Great. Yep.
Okay. I personally know Great, excellent fighter.
Yep.
He brings the heat when he steps into the ring.
Definitely.
That fight you lost by unanimous decision.
Yep, unanimously.
Okay.
Yep. The one fight that I actually lost is right there. No other.
No other.
No other.
All right. 2013, Mike Martin.
Yep.
That was your first victory.
Yep, my first victory.
Okay. Now, you went up against Luis Acevedo, Sammy Rodriguez, and then in 2014 was the first time I actually ever seen you fight live. I was there ringside at Mohegan Sun. You fought on a main events card.
Yes.
You went up against the fighter out of China. I'm not going to pronounce his name.
His name is not the Asian sensation, but I like to say that. His name is Chen Wei Chen.
Chen Wei Chen. Now, they brought this fighter all the way from China to face you.
Yep.
And the purpose of that fight was so that he can outbox you.
Yeah.
So that basically he can teach you a lesson.
Yep.
They thought that this was going to be an easy, quick tune-up fight.
Definitely.
Maybe to introduce him
to America.
To the fans in America.
Yep.
Now, I sat there ringside. From the moment the first bell ring, you outboxed him.
Absolutely.
You was popping him with that piston-like jab all over his body, from you know, his face, his forehead, this side, that side, center of his breastplate, stomach. I mean, that's what you did the whole entire fight. You outboxed him.
Yep.
All, what was it, 6 rounds or 8 rounds?
All 6 rounds.
All 6 rounds.
I could have gone 10. I could have fought the next day too.
All 6 rounds, you outboxed this individual. You moved around in the ring. You look, you know, swift, smooth,
clean.
I mean, every jab you threw landed clean.
Yep. A lot of the people that actually went to go see this fight said that night I looked like an elite fighter. That to me meant a lot.
Absolutely, and I sat there ringside and I watched you fight, and I thought that you were impeccable.
Impeccable. You heard that, Mike?
Impeccable. I mean, it was an impressional performance.
Yep.
You know,
absolutely.
by yourself, Josh Crespo. Tell us about that fight, though.
Well, the fight really started in the hotel room, believe it or not. I decided to do a little bit of researching, and I saw articles that they were writing about me, and they were actually Asian articles, and they were talking about how I had no chance, how, you know, he was gonna come here and just beat me, and that kind of got a little bit of a fire. Not that I didn't have a fire before, but now it was blazing. I was like burning down woods and forests and stuff. I couldn't wait to get in there. And then when we went to the locker room, the promoter of the show, or the people that were managing him, or someone put the odds of the fight, and I was a 12-5 underdog, and that really, you know, steamed me up, and I was ready to go. I was just ready for them to call me into the ring and just fight. I was ready. I was focused, ready, make my case, go home happy, which I did.
Excellent, excellent. Yep. And that's exactly what you did.
Yep.
Actually, that night, you won the vacant USA New England Super Bantamweight title.
No, I did not.
You did it.
I did not.
But I thought that was a title fight.
I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be a title fight, but it could. For some reason, it couldn't be a title fight. He didn't even want. They offered us an 8-round fight. You know, for more money, and he said no. And the whole time I'm thinking, we're gonna bang each other up anyways. Take the more money. You never know what the results are gonna be. You know, at least you'll take a bigger purse. But he didn't. He took 6 rounds. He didn't fight for any belts. I really would have loved to fight for some kind of belt.
Okay. All right. Excellent. 2015.
Okay.
You step back into the ring up against an opponent that CES Boxing presented to you.
Yep.
At Mohegan Sun, you faced George Abiagu. Is that the proper pronunciation?
Jorge Luis Abiagu.
Jorge Luis Abiagu.
Yep.
That was a great fight. I was there ringside. I watched you perform. The judges at the end of the fight gave it to Abiagu.
Yeah, they broke my heart. You guys broke my heart.
Now, let me tell you, after that fight,
yep.
I stuck around and I listened to the response that the fans in the arena had given. And a lot of the fans were displeased with the judge's decision. A lot of fans felt that Josh Crespo had won the fight.
Yep.
How do you feel about that?
It was absolutely a close fight. That I will not say that, because I know it was a close fight, but it was a close fight that, you know, I absolutely thought I edged. You know, I threw the cleaner punches, I threw the more effective punches. He had a good strategy, but, you know, it wasn't an absolutely effective strategy. You know, I felt like, you know, I even hurt him with one eye.
Absolutely.
As a matter of fact, that fight was having a lot of trouble because I went from having 4 eyes, you know, to by night just moving down to 1. So my coach had just had an open heart surgery that was the week of the weigh-in. You know what I mean? So he was a little bit absent in my corner due to, you know, the medication he was on and whatnot. You know, so he wasn't completely coherent. You know what I mean? So I don't want to say I went into the ring by myself, but if I would have had his, you know, full focus, you know, and him being more in like 70% than 40, you know, I would have performed and definitely got the win, no problem. And then the other thing was second round, Abiagu caught me with, I don't want to say lucky, but I guess, you know, he caught me with a punch in the right spot, shut my eye off, and that's an element I had never faced before, and that really made me, that really changed the pace of the fight. You know, first round I was really trying to fill him out, and you know, it really, after the second round came in, that's why I was gonna pick it up, and that's when I hit the eye, and the whole momentum changed. So a few things played a role, but you know, he got the W that night. Well, so
right now on the screen, this is the first round.
Okay.
During the first round, it seems that, you know, you relaxed. You were analyzing your opponent. You were studying him. It was like you were collecting that data on Abiagu. So you stated that in the first round you felt that, you know, so would you say that you start off slow?
No, see, like if you can see here on the first round, I'm just moving around, trying to throw the jab, you know, trying to establish some kind of rhythm there. You know, but he did something that we weren't expecting. He switched positions. I mean, he switched stances. That is an element there that we weren't expecting. Like you see right there, he's jabbing with the he was jabbing with the right hand. That's something we didn't train for. So that was completely something that took me by surprise when I stepped in the ring. When I sat in the corner, I was like, crap, you know, this guy, you know, fought me like a lefty. He's fighting me like a lefty. And the few times that he switched to righty, he was getting beat. But so he stayed to what was working. Yep.
So, do you agree with the judge's decision?
Not absolutely, not entirely. No. I feel like maybe they were the same judges that were there for the fight that I fought against the Asian kid. And you know, they're like, oh, this is not the same Josh, you know. So you know, I felt maybe they were being a little bit too harsh. But you know, like I always say to myself, the people watching the fight know who won the fight. You know, so the people speak. The people speak. They know.
Absolutely. So your fight against Abiyagi was a tough fight.
It was a tough fight, yes.
Both ways. You gave him a good fight. He gave you a good fight.
Yep.
Could it have been declared a draw? Maybe.
I would have been more satisfied with the draw.
You would have been satisfied with the draw?
I would have been more satisfied with the draw, yes.
Okay. Well, I've heard fans saying it was a draw. I heard other fans saying that Josh Crespo had won the fight.
We'll look at it like this, right? If you go around and you look at, if you go back to the night of the fight and you look at all the photographers that took pictures, you know, there during the fight, most of the pictures you see, what's going on? Josh is landing punches. Josh is landing clean punches. Did not say that there aren't any, but the majority of the pictures that those photographers are gonna have are Josh landing punches.
Well, I agree, and the reason why I agree with you is because I actually was there myself as a photographer taking pictures. And the majority of the pictures that I took and the pictures that I put up online clearly showed that you were landing big punches.
Big punches.
On the body, you know, on the chin.
And I feel like those punches were absolutely missed by the judges. You know, my 1-2s, I should have followed up with another backhand and a hook or something, but you know, my 1-2s were always landing there clean, perfectly, round after round.
Excellent. So, after that fight, you know, you took a loss. Months later, you returned back into the ring, and you went up against John Franklin.
John Fast Hands Franklin.
Now, you know, I went to see you during training camp. You know, we talked about your opponent. You looked like you were in tip-top shape. You were ready to step into the ring and to do what Josh Crespo does. You faced him, and then the fight, at the end result, was declared a draw.
No, he got a draw.
It was declared a draw.
They declared a draw, but he walked out that night with a draw instead of an L. So they kind of you know cleaned his butt a little bit. Like, here.
Tell us about that fight.
That fight was a fight that we took on very short notice. That fight was supposed to be for a WBU title, which I was interested in. But the thing about that, on a 3.5 weeks notice, is I had to make 122 when I was far heavier than that. And you know, I just felt, you know, I'm gonna go out there to fight for WBU belt. Number one, I might not make the weight of 122 flat. Okay. Number two, he has a better record. If the fights end up being a competitive fight back and forth, you know, he may take the W. And it's not that I didn't want to fight him for a belt. I just felt like I was absolutely out of my elements. We fought at the, you know, New Jersey Armory. He served I think the Army. He served the Army, you know, and also he fought as an amateur for the Army.
Okay.
So, you know, those were things like that were just like, you know, let's just take the fight. You know, let's just fight at this weight. You know, 3.5 weeks, let's do it. The pay was very decent. You know, I feel like I had a chance to beat him. After seeing everything, we saw that he could be a fighter we can beat. You know, despite his record and everything else in the amateur. So we took the fight. You know, and we trained for it we did as much as we could with the time that we had.
Excellent. So we're gonna take a break. But before we we take the break, I just want to throw a question. I mean, I have a laundry list of questions that I'm going to ask you. All right. But the first question on that list is, how were you introduced to boxing? That's the first question.
Okay.
You know, these are questions that fans usually find an interest in. You know, fans like to know about their fighter. They like to know about your day-to-day routine. You know, things that you face, things that you go through. You know, it shows that you're human. You're human. All right. So I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions when we come back. But right now we're gonna take a break. All right.
Okay.
Again, Josh Crespo in the house. We'll be right back in a minute.
Right back.
Josh, we left off with the first question I was going to ask you on that laundry list of questions that I have for you, right?
Yep.
The first question is, how were you introduced to boxing?
How was I introduced? Well, first of all, I was introduced to boxing, not fighting. Fighting I was doing way before boxing, and I was actually much better at it in the streets than I am in the ring.
So you were street fighting?
Oh yeah, I was a street fighter. And I probably had a better KO percentage too. But I was about maybe 11 years old, 11 and a half. A friend of mine named William Rivera, who I haven't talked to in a couple years, but I'm still, you know, as far as I know, we're still on good terms. He said, hey, there's a boxing gym up over there, over on the corner of Congress and West. You want to go over there and box? I'm like, why would I want to go to a gym and, you know, get my face beaten up for it? You know, he asked me that for like a couple weeks or a couple days or whatever. I said, fine, let's go over there. You know, we went over there, we bought wraps. Something about it, from the minute I entered the place, the gym, just, I don't know, something about the dingy smell of a boxing gym. You know, the of the heavy bag, the tum 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 of the speed bag, the sound of the jump rope clacking against the floor, just the you know, something. There was something that was a lure that just captivated me. You know, something about it just made me feel like I was more than just a regular person, and I stuck with it ever since.
So the moment you walk into the gym,
the moment I walked in,
is when you acquired your passion for the sport of boxing.
My interest.
Your interest.
My interest. My passion.
When did you acquire the passion for the sport?
Well, Brian Clark didn't pay me any money in the beginning. I was just going up in the gym with, you know, my friend William, and Brian was like, man, this kid William, you know, you could be good, you could travel the world. I'm like, damn, I want to be good. I want to travel all over the country. I haven't been anywhere but, you know, probably down the street. So, put him to spar one day, and, you know, he vomited all over the ring. Turned out he had asthma. I didn't know he had asthma, but I found out that day. Never came back, and he basically left me in the gym by myself. I was coming every day by myself. And one day I'm like, well, yeah, the show must go on, you know, like one of my favorite bands say, you know, Queen. And one time I was hitting a heavy bag, boom, boom, boom. And I remember people go, ooh, ah, ooh. But you know, I'm focused on hitting the bag, but I didn't know that they were, you know, talking about me. You know, so the round ends, and I'm like, oh, holy crap, you gotta talk about me. And you know, Brian is sitting on the ropes like this, looking at me. He said, come here, kid. You know, and I said, me? And he's like, yeah, you kid, come here. So I go up to him, he said, what's your name? I tell him, my name is Josh. He said, Josh, you have rock hard talent. That was it.
That was it.
That was it.
Now, next question is, what is your everyday routine like relating to food, your diet, your sleep routine? What does that consist of?
I knew you guys were gonna do this to me. I eat large pizza all by myself. I sleep about 4 hours a day. Dieting, I eat at different. No, I'm just joking. For the most part, I don't want anyone to think that I'm sitting here dieting every day. But because I love to eat, I am Hispanic, and eating is one of my things.
So rice, beans.
I eat all that good stuff: rice, beans, pizza, wings, all of that. But when it's down into dieting, I actually, not saying that I became a master at it, but I actually do it in a way that works for me. I love to do smoothies. I love to do shakes. I love to eat fruits. I love to drink water to clean out my system. And the other thing that's really important to me, and which really gets me to break down the weight without having to use the sauna or anything like that, which I have used a few times and I'm fine with it, is scheduling where you're gonna eat. You're gonna eat breakfast, what you're gonna eat between your breakfast and lunch. When you eat lunch, what you're gonna eat between lunch and dinner. And you can have a little bit nice snack. Sometimes I go in there, I grab 2 scoops of ice cream, and I eat that and I'm happy. But that's basically how my diet works for me. It may work different for other people, but for me, that's how it works. I have to have I don't keep myself away. Like if I want to have a piece of let's say my mom made a pork chop, I'll eat a pork chop, but I don't eat a ton of them. I don't neglect myself from eating foods, but in portions, control,
Gotcha.
That's how I do it.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Now, we know that you're currently training with Bryant Clark.
Yep.
You've been with Bryant Clark since I believe you were 11 years old.
Yep.
And you're currently 26, I believe, right?
Yep.
So you've been with Bryant Clark for, wow,
loyal.
Very long time.
Yep.
Now, has it only been Bryant Clark that you've been with throughout the whole duration of your boxing career?
No, it hasn't. And I've been with Mike Conroy, who actually turned me pro. I remember one time I was I was really going through some rough times, in my life, and I was a lot younger, and I don't know if stuff that I want to get onto with here, but it's pretty interesting stuff. But anyways, I was going through rough stuff, and my older brother said, "Hey, you want to turn pro in boxing?" And I had been thinking about it the whole time, regardless of him saying it anyways. I'm like, yeah, I actually do. He said, I know a guy named Mike Conroy who will turn you pro. He gave me, we went up there, and he introduced me to Mike Conroy. I like Mike Conroy, and he got me in shape. Trained for 4 or 5, trained for a long time. Hard, got me in condition, got me feeling confident in myself, and my first professional fight took off. And I said, just one time, and that's it. But after you get that little itch, I gotta do it again, again. So it was never something. I said to myself, Josh, you just have to do it, just at least once. Like that, if you get old and you're on your rocking chair and you're breathing somebody, at least I tried it. But it was just something that I had to do again. I love the adrenaline rush. I love the feel of the gloves going on your hands, being laced. I like the smell of the gloves. I like, the whole being introduced. I love the atmosphere of boxing. I really enjoy.
Now, like I indicated, Bryant Clark is your current trainer.
He is my current trainer.
They call him the mad scientist.
That's very accurate.
And he's the owner operator of Ring Boxing.
No, Ring One Boxing.
Ring One Boxing in New Haven.
In New Haven, yep.
Now my question is, how has Bryant Clark's service, skills, his instruction, been able to enhance your boxing career?
Well, first of all, with Brian, believe it or not, as silly as it may seem, everything that he does has a purpose. Whether he wants you to hit a speed bag with just a jab, and he wants you to roll the shoulder, whether he wants you to stand a certain way and hit the heavy bag, whether he's got you've been down to our gym before,
yes.
Where he has to roll both one going from one end to another on both. Everything is in there for a reason. It works something. It has something to do with actually being in the ring and fighting. So everything that I do, that he tells me is something that is gonna make me perform better. Absolutely. I picked up stuff, like I trained for a while with those rules. I picked up stuff from him too. But for the most part, you know, Bryant Park was the one who, you know, built my foundation as a boxer. So my foundation is all from Bryant Park. I definitely picked up a lot of stuff from like Conroy. Picked up a lot of lessons from Louis Rosa. But you know, basically it is what it is. Bryant Park couldn't say that's my kid. I trained him. You know, I developed him.
Excellent. Next question.
Okay.
Growing up, all right?
Yes.
Who were the fighters that you admired the most?
The fighters I admired the most were absolutely Roy Jones Jr. I was fascinated with Roy Jones Jr., Arturo Gatti, and Mickey Ward.
That's a great list of fighters that you admire. All warriors, great champions.
Warriors, great champions. Yep. Those were the guys. When I seen Mickey Ward and Arturo Gatti fight, not that I didn't love Roy Jones style, but I'm a realistic person. And one thing about me is I don't want to say I know what I can do and what I can't do, but I know what is out of reach for me and what is not. So I said, Roy Jones is one of a kind, but I can be a Mickey Ward. I could be an Arturo Gatti. And I love the passion that those guys fight with. You know, they wear it at the end of their fist. And I said, I want to be like those guys. Those guys are the real deal.
Absolutely. They fought a great trilogy. And that will never be forgotten.
Never.
Next question. Did you have much of an amateur background?
I didn't have an extensive amateur background, or I didn't have, you know, the most decorated or accoladed background. But yes, I had a background. I'll tell you one thing. In my amateurs, I never got a bye. If I had to get somewhere, I had to fight someone. You know, so. And most of the times, I always do the guy who was pretty good in my division. I'd be like kind of crossing my feet, like, come on, Jesus, just one time, give me someone easy. But you know, I always, from the start, I always just fought the tough guys. So I never, you know, I never slept on anyone. That's just not me. It couldn't be. Yep. So 30, I believe I had 35, 36 fights.
Okay.
50-50, you can say. It was either 16 wins and 15 losses. Yeah, 16 wins, 15 losses. A lot of them, much like it's going on in my pro career, you know, could have gone for me, but you know, let's not talk about my amateur now.
Next question. Who are some of the fighters that you have sparred with in your past and present?
Past and present. Some of them are fighting, some of them are fighting. I sparred Nate Green. I sparred Louis Rosa. I sparred Williams Foster. Did I say Tremaine Williams?
No.
Tremaine Williams. Gary Starks. John Jones. No, not John Jones. That's what he calls himself on Instagram, but I can't remember the kid's name. But there was a lot of New York guys. I sparred a lot. I can't even really think of the list, but I sparred a lot of guys. Toka Conclary. I sparred a lot of good guys. A lot of good sparring partners.
Who was the toughest sparring partner you ever faced?
The toughest sparring partner for a long time, the toughest sparring partner I ever faced was Danny Aquino. Danny Aquino I don't want to say used to beat the crap out of me, but Danny Aquino, that boy, I'm gonna tell you something. You better be ready. Danny Aquino for a long time was definitely someone who I did not want to get in there and spar. But you know, it's something I put myself through because I'm a professional, and if I'm not going to do it in sparring, when it comes time to fight, I'm not going to be wanting to do it in there. So, you know, it was just something I had to get used to, sparring guys like him with his pace and, you know, great body shots, great pressure. He actually won a big fight last Saturday, I believe, was it? Yeah, he actually won a big fight last Saturday against Ryan Kachelsi or something like that. You know, over there at Mohegan. Well, you were probably over there at Foxwoods.
I was at Rock Nation's event.
You were at Rock Nation's event.
But
yeah.
I know that DeBella had an event as well going on in Mohegan.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that was he fought a great fight. It was a good win for him, and I actually helped him get ready for that fight, and the outcome was good. So I'm happy for him, proud for him in the scene. Excellent.
And let me tell you, I know and believe that sparring is a very, very, very important component.
Absolutely.
In the life of a fighter. You know, you just can't jump in the ring and think that you're gonna outperform someone, but yet you have not been in the ring sparring and sharpening your skills. You know, so sparring isn't important.
Not only sharpening your physical skills, you know, but your mental skills too. Because believe it or not, when you're in your sparring, a lot of times, you know, guys will start, you know, like, I can't do this. He got that good body shot. I can't time his jab. He moves good off of my movement, you know, and all that. So sparring is one of the most important elements, you know, in getting ready for a fight, because, you know, you got everything coming at you, you know. So I believe that sparring is really important.
Next question. How you feeling so far?
I'm feeling great.
Excellent. All right, so let's move on to the next question. How would you describe yourself as a boxer, as a professional boxer or professional fighter? And also, how would you describe your style of fighting?
How would I describe myself describe myself as a boxer? First of all, I'm not trying to take shortcuts. I'm not trying to paint any pictures or put up any facades or anything like that. You know, if I make it in boxing, anywhere I make it, because I did not. First of all, let's get this here right now. I did not set a goal. I would Josh Crespo. I want to be 2-3-time world champion. I just said I want to turn pro. I've done that. Okay, I want to have some fights. I've done that. I want to fight some good fights. I've done that. So my goals are small goals that I can accomplish. You know, but who I am as a boxer is, you know, I'm a person that I'm a boxer that, you know, doesn't want the shortcuts. You know, I don't want nobody babysitting me on my fights. You know, if I have to go in there and take the tough, you know my record. You know, if I have to take a fight and beat on the dog and go out there and prove myself, that's who I am as a boxer. I'm the guy that if it's happening, it's because it's real. I'm a real boxer.
How about your style?
My style, I don't know. I think I've been a little bit different almost every fight. Like when I fought Chen Wei Chen, I was defensive, technical. You know, people saw that. And when I fought John Franklin in my last fight, you know, had a little bit of technique, but you know, I used more of my aggression, my power, you know, my speed, and I pressed him a little bit. You know, when I was hurt against Frankie Garrigo on my professional debut, you know, I came out there and I used my heart. I used what, you know, what I had within me, you know, what dwelt within me. The monster in me came out, you know, because I was really out of it, you know, but I knew that, you know, my inner being, who I was as a fighter, was strong. So that's what I pulled out. You know, if I describe myself as a, you know, I'm a nightmare sometimes. Most times, I want to be a nightmare all the time, but that's my style, a nightmare, because you really don't know.
That's a great description.
Yep.
Now, stepping into the ring, hundreds, sometimes thousands of fans are in the arena, and you've fought in great venues.
Yep.
What is that feeling that you get when you step into the ring and you have fans all over the arena just yelling out your name? How does that feel?
It's a little bit of a pressure, you know what I mean? Because a lot of times my fans are my family, the friends I went to school with, people I associate with, people I work with, and you know, I don't like to disappoint. You know, if you bought a $150 VIP ticket, I'm sorry for you, but I'm gonna give you the same performance I'm gonna give the guy that paid $35. And what I mean by that is I'm gonna be a main event even if I'm not the main event, and that's always the type of performance I try to put. I don't ever try to outdo myself, but I tell you what I can do. A lot of times I'm sitting there in the locker room just flicking through fights, putting up the volume. I'm like, I can do better than him. I can fight better than him. I can put on a better performance than him. Now I know what I gotta do. Let's go out there and do it. So that's it's a little bit of a pressure, you know, but you know that's what I like to do, you know. But I absolutely love it. There's been a few times where I'm walking to the ring and I'm like, I'm not ready. I just want to walk back in there, catch a breather, and then walk back out. But you know, it's too late by then. You gotta walk the little big road.
Absolutely, I agree. Now, how far do you see yourself going in the sport of boxing? What is your ultimate goal? Is your goal to be world champion, or you just want to be an individual that fights and has opportunities to step into the ring and to show his skills?
Of course not. Of course not. Would I like to be champion? If it happens, hey, it happens. Great, awesome. But like I said, I didn't say I wanted to turn professional and be world champion. That's not what I want to be. An inspiration to people. I want to, despite what people may say, go out there and do what you want to do. Go out there. If you want to be a professional at whatever you want to do, and you want to show people that what you can do, even though they think you can't, you go out there and you show them. Absolutely. And you put a stamp on it. Absolutely. That's basically what I want to. That's what I want to accomplish. I feel like I'm already accomplishing that. But I would also like some better paychecks to live a little bit more comfortable and have something to talk about when I'm 80 to my friends. Like, you never did this. But let's see. It's coming. It's coming. I feel it.
Now, you're a fighter. And this question is pretty tricky, okay? And I'm sure that most of the fans that are watching would definitely like an answer to this question. Do you do it for the money or for the glory?
I do it for all the cash in the world, baby. No. Do I do it for the cash? Do I do it for the glory? Do I go 50-50? First of all, I do this for myself because nobody steps into that ring with me. Nobody takes the blows. They might say, "Hey, Josh, hey, good job. You did this, you did that. Oh, Josh, I know it didn't come out, but good job." But for the most part, first of all, besides doing it for the money and doing it for the glory, I do it for myself. I don't even do this for my. I tell my wife I do this for her. Because this is for me. This is for my own satisfaction. But if I had to choose the other option, it would probably be, both. I do it for the glory and the money. I gotta take care of my family, feed them, and
absolutely.
Like I said, I just want to have something that I can, or I don't even want to have something, but I just want there to be something that my son can go back and look at and say, I don't want to be a boxer, but my father did that and he accomplished that. So what's stopping me from accomplishing what I want to accomplish? Whether he wants to be a musician or whether he wants to be a preacher or a pastor or whatever he wants to do. I just want him to know that he can accomplish whatever he wants to, that nobody can stop him from that.
Absolutely. Now, next question. If you could face any opponent from the past, who would that be and why? Alfredo Gomez.
Yep, isn't he? Didn't he fight at 122? I would want to face Alfredo Gomez.
Why is that?
Because before there was Tito, there was Alfredo Gomez.
And Alfredo Gomez
he was bad, man. He was bad.
He's someone that you admired?
I actually do.
So you feel that if you was to step into the ring against Alfredo Gomez, you would beat him?
Of course I would beat Alfredo Gomez. You kidding me?
You would beat him?
I don't know. I'd be too tempted to fight his style. You know what I mean? And he was a big banger at that little division, at that small weight class. But if I would have fought him like, during or a little bit after he fought like Rocky Lockridge or something like that, I definitely would have had a chance.
Okay. Now, next question. Every fighter always has that one opponent that they want to face. An opponent that they dream of fighting. An opponent that at times they may even, call out by name. Who would that opponent be for you?
Come on, Abiagi. Come on, man. You got the New England title. No, you got the regional title. Say it like that. The only regions are Connecticut, Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, and there's like 2 more, right? You have that belt. I want that belt. I want my rematch. I like you. You're a nice guy, but that belt, I want it. I want that rematch. So I have your number. We talked about it. I sent you a text, but
how does he feel? What's his response?
Response as to what?
As having a rematch.
Well, we were in Foxville that day, and I actually bagged him, because I got his number. He said he would love to do it, but here's the thing. He probably wants me to go fight him in Portland, Maine, or in Maine somewhere. And you know what? If you really come think about it, he came and fought me out here in Connecticut. And when the belt was vacant. So he's got the belt, he's a champion, let's go to the champion's house. You know?
Well, the powers that be need to negotiate. They need to make it happen.
Negotiate. I think it was a good fight. But I think I will not edge him. I think I will beat him clean this time.
I think it was actually a great fight. And it will also make a great rematch.
Yeah.
If the powers that be would make that arrangement, I definitely think that many fans would love to see that rematch.
Yep.
So you guys out there, you promoters, let's make this thing happen. You know, let's make it happen.
Give me a call. I got Facebook, I got Instagram. I just reloaded Twitter. Just for the same thing, so you guys know. I'm not hard to find. I'm not hard to find.
Excellent.
Yep.
So, I think that's pretty much it with the laundry list of questions that I have for you.
Yep.
We're honored to have you come into the studio. Honored to be able to
be here. Honored to be here.
Honored to be able to have a conversation with you. You're a great fighter.
Thank you.
Your popularity is all over Connecticut. People in Connecticut know who Josh Crespo is, and you have given your fans their money's worth. Every time they step into the arena to watch you fight, you give your fans their money's worth.
That's what it's about,
and that's very highly respected. But in closing, is there anything that you would like to say to your fans before we close the show?
My fight coming up, May 30th. Be there. You don't want to miss it. We got tickets ranging for all prices. So if you guys can make it, I really hope you guys come and see it. There's gonna be a world of talent in there, not just myself. So just come out and show the talent that's in your local cities and towns. Some support. We really need it. We really need it.
And I definitely will have to co-sign exactly what you just said. Just encouraging all you individuals out there, especially in the state of Connecticut. Come out to Danbury, May 30th.
May 30th.
It's going down.
It's going down.
So far, Josh Crespo's been added to the card with Prize Promotions.
Prize Promotions, yep.
If you need some further information, go on to www.prizepromotions.net.
Yep.
You can get your tickets on that website. You can get more information regarding the card, the list of fighters that are going to be on the card. Not to mention, you're on the card. Also, we have Bridgeport's own Oscar Bonilla that's going to be on that card. I heard a rumor that there's going to be Charles the True Foster.
Yep.
Nate the Great One Green.
Nate the Great One Green is going to be there.
So you know what? It's going to be a great, interesting night of boxing going down.
Tremaine Williams is going to be there.
That's right, Tremaine Williams.
He's another world of talent as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. And actually, Tremaine Williams is going to be coming on to the show.
Yep.
Hopefully in the next couple of days. So stay tuned for what Tremaine Williams is going to bring to the show. But Josh, I appreciate you coming to the show. Had a great time being able to conversate with you. And I wish you nothing but the very best.
Thank you.
May 30th, I'll be sitting there ringside, cheering you on.
All right. Have that camera flashing. If there's anyone that can record the show, can they please do that? Because I've had some great fights that I'll never be able to show anyone. So can someone just do me the favor and bring that camera and record it for me? Thank you.
See, now I'm gonna make it an extra effort to make sure that I get your fight.
No, not just my fight. Every fight. Because I believe, we work hard. We go out there and perform, and we want to be able to see what we're doing. And like the fight with Abiagi, the fight with John Franklin, which was the absolute shutout. Fights like that, I want video, and there's no physical evidence for where I can say, well, look, this is the fight. Look, you see for yourself. And sometimes it kind of, I don't want to say it hurts my feelings, but it bothers me a little bit. That it never, like, it's on paper, but it never happened as far as anyone seeing it.
Yeah.
Except unless you were there.
I agree. I agree. And I definitely will make an extra effort to try to get as much video footage as possible come May 30th. Again, we encourage the fans, come out May 30th, show your support to all the Connecticut fighters, Elm City fighters.
Yep.
I mean, boxing in Connecticut is on a rise. It's exploding. I mean, you have Boss Lady Promotions, Prize Promotions.
Well, yep.
I mean, you got all kind of promotional companies popping out of, you know, God knows where.
Yep.
But you know what? It's all good.
Yep.
It's all making an impact within the sport of boxing, and we're gonna run with it.
Yep.
You know, we're gonna take advantage of the opportunity, but it all happens by individuals, people showing their support, buying that ticket, coming out and cheering on your favorite fighter. So I encourage you to come out May 30th. Don't miss out. It's an action-packed card going down in Danbury.
Absolutely.
www.prizepromotions.net. Again, I encourage you to follow us on Facebook at Super Elite Boxing News. Follow us on Instagram. We'll keep you posted on what's going on in the boxing world. Again, thank you for watching. Thank you, my brother, Josh, for coming to the show. I appreciate you, man.
Not a problem.
All right. Excellent. God bless.